Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Tiku Kenny. As always, we are here today. Is another day. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of November, 2023. We want to encourage each and every one of you for being here to also share the show. I want to say thank you very much. It's important that you share the show today. We are going to be discussing Liberian politics. And today we saw JNB, the president-elect, addressing the nation. And we are also concerned whether or not President George Weal has spoken on the issue of the tragic accident that took place at the Unity Party's headquarters. But I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. I want to encourage you to share the show while we play the speech from the president-elect, Ambassador Joseph Nyima Boakai. Please go ahead and share the show.
After what as one of the most closely contested elections in Liberia's political history, he and his coalition for democratic change fought hard, but there can only be one winner.
I apologize. We'll try to play the video from SKTV. I don't know why it's not playing. Yeah, let's do something else. Let's do something else because that was kind of surprising. I decided to play the video from SKTV, but for some reason, I think we'll play the video from here.
Who happens to be one of we also please recognize before His Excellency speaks, I want to recognize the presence of some dignitaries here. In the crowd, we have the Honorable former Senator of Maryland County and Ambassador to Qatar, John Balut. We also have the presence of Honorable Sir Johnny, who happens to be one of the advisors to the president-elect. Also in the crowd is Honorable Dr. Augustine Kone, one of the chief advisors to the president-elect of the Republic of Liberia. I'm also pleased to recognize the presence of J. Luther Tappe, the national chairman of the Unity Party, the incoming ruling party of Liberia. We're pleased to recognize the presence of the standard bearer and political leader of the Movement for One Liberia, Madame Madela Cooper. We're also pleased to recognize the presence of the Honorable former Minister of Gender, Madam Baba Giflo.
I apologize. I'm not sure what is going on. I'm trying to play the video from, I tried the one from SKTV and it was rejected. So probably we'll just discuss it. But before we do that, let me do this right here. Because it's important that we actually, listen to the speech before we can have a conversation on it. what is going on here, I'm not sure. But yet, so yes, go ahead and share the show. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to discuss this particular speech by Joseph Nmabogai, the president-elect. And we also want to know exactly whether or not President George Weah has spoken on this particular issue. Because it was a big deal. It was a great tragedy. We believe it deserves the attentions of all our leaders, specifically the current president, since in fact, this thing was somehow seems to have been politically motivated. Many people are saying it was perhaps an accident, but some people don't believe that it was actually an accident. Whatever be the case, we condemn it. It was bad. And our thoughts and prayers go to those people who were victimized and their family. So, so we want to say thank you for all of you, for following SKTV. We want to encourage you to share the show. If you haven't done so, please share the show. We want to also encourage all of you to support the platform, whether it is through sending us stars or is supporting us through Catch App or Zelle. Whatever you can do, we encourage you to go ahead and support SKTV. Your support is always needed. And at this time, we are actually working on expanding our reach within the Republic of Liberia. We have a lot of reporters and correspondents around the country, but we do not have sufficient resources and funding to make sure that they are somehow effective and efficient in their reporting. But it is great to be here. I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV, for being a part and parcel of SKTV family. It is important that you share the show all the time. So those of you that are yet to follow us on YouTube, I want to encourage you to actually, to actually go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I just put in SKTV, you will see the logo, you will see some of our videos. But it's important that you do that. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is good for us. It increases our subscribers. It also somehow gives us the opportunity to make money. The more subscribers you have, the better it will be for the platform. So those of you who only follow us on Facebook, that's fine. But we also encourage all of you to try to click on subscribe button when you go to YouTube. And I've acknowledged something. I've noticed something that of late, we have a lot of followers now on YouTube than we used to be. We have a lot of viewership now on YouTube, which is very welcoming news, or very welcoming news. But today, I listened to the President-elect Joseph Numa Boakai, where he talked about what lies ahead. I really wanted to play this video for us to be able to actually listen in. But for some reason, we are finding it difficult to play. For every time we try to play video, it's kind of like not allowing us to play. Let me see if I can play the audio.
Here in this coalition for democratic change, for her, the technology you want to be like.
Let me see if I can just play the audio here instead of the video. I really want to talk about it, but I don't just want to talk about it without playing the video, because it's very, very important. You know, it's very, very important. We're speaking on issues. People should understand exactly what we are talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased to announce.
So let me see here. Yeah, I want to make sure let's do this here.
We are also pleased to recognize the presence of recognized Honorable Masakwe. Masakwe is one of the ambassadors to His Excellency, the President-elect of the Republic of Liberia. We also have other dignitaries here. We're pleased to recognize the presence of the former chairman of the Unity Party, Honorable Ami Moda. We're pleased to recognize the presence of the first bearer of the Liberian People Party, Honorable Japaulu Yuri. We have other dignitaries. We want to use this occasion to welcome each and every one of you to this special address by His Excellency, the President-elect of the Republic of Liberia. Without much ado, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasing honor to welcome on the stage for a special address to the nation, His Excellency, the President-elect of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Newman Boakai. One, two.
Good afternoon. We'd like to say a warm welcome to all the feeling the heat. Our fellow citizens, dear Liberians. On November 17, 2023, I received a call from President Weal to congratulate me.
This is ridiculous. We are having serious trouble playing the video. I'm not sure what is going on with that, but I think we will just forget about it, this video thing, because I really wanted us to hear from a vice president and now president-elect as he addressed the Liberian people on issues of national importance.
One, two.
Good afternoon. We'd like to say a warm welcome to all the feeling the heat. Our fellow citizens, dear Liberians. On November 17, 2023, I received a call from President Weal to congratulate me.
Well, it seems like we're going to have to forget about this, playing this video, because for some reason we are having some difficulties playing the video. So we forgot about the video for now and focus on what we can do here. Well, yes, indeed, Joseph Nima Boakai, the president-elect, spoke, and he said that, he spoke about what happened. Some stuff are trying to distract me here, but I want you to bear with me a second. We are having some issue here. Can you guys hear me? Please tell me you can hear me, so we can see what we can do here. Please write yes, we can hear you, and then I will. Okay, yeah, I'm just having some trouble here. Okay, people are saying yes. So yes, actually, we talked about Joseph Boakai yesterday. We talk about how the country going to look like, and we talk about how the governance system going to be like under Joseph Boakai's government. And according to him, that he said he will be appointing a committee of qualified individuals to work along with the outgoing government, work on the on what we call transitional team. We believe the president-elect will have a good start. But what we don't know, we are yet to see the composition of the incoming leadership for our country. But I think what he said today was quite impressive when he talked about how the campaign is over. It's our time that they focus on making the country better. It's important. It's important that Joseph Nima Boakai, the president-elect, is the one now speaking to his people, talking about the Liberian people, reminding all of us that the elections are over. You should focus on what lies ahead. But a few things that I am concerned about. We have heard a lot. We have heard a lot when it comes to people that are expected to work in the government and to serve in some capacity. We have heard some names. We have heard some names. We don't know how those names are going to come across. We have heard some names of some candidates for some key positions. We heard about somebody like a person like Samuel Kofi Wood, who is also not a stranger when it comes to the urban politics, we learned that it is unconfirmed that Samuel Kofi Wood was tapped to be the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. And we were told that he was tapped to be Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. And then he said that he doesn't want to be that he wants to actually serve as National Security Advisor to the President. So I am not sure what is. I think we are having some crazy people trying to hack our account here. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But yes, I will. Let me do this right here. Let me play a song here, then I will go to take care of this nonsense going on here. Let me see. Yeah, let me play the song and then come back. We'll come back. You just go ahead and share the show. Some people are at work trying to
First time I saw your face, I knew I was in love. Baby, your smile takes my breath away. And they can say what I want, girl, I don't mind. As long as you are by my side. Baby, you smile of paradise. Baby, girl, come be my love life. How many times do you want me to say I love you? Cause then I tell the world I do. Even you want me, girl, I do. Baby, girl, come be my love life. Inikuma. Yega ampa ilikuwa. Anyway, you will come on. How many times do you want me to say I love you? Cause when I tell the world I do. Even you want me, girl, I do. Baby, girl, come be my love life. How many times do you want me to say I love you? Cause when I tell the world I do. Even you want me, girl, I do. Baby, girl, come be my love life. I need no painkiller cause you took my pain away. You don't need umbrella, I will take the rain away. Inikuma. Yega ampa ilikuwa.
So yes, again, I want to say thank you to all of you for continuing to follow SKTV. But I want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show. We will. I really been distracted by this thing right here. I want to make sure I take care of it. Yeah, I don't want this show to go down. Somebody trying to hack us. Let me try to take care of it. We'll be right back.
Lutike baba koroya Aira mina la demaya le labi Lutike baba koroya Aira mina la demaya le labi Kwani saya mitala na tedioro lumi Hallelujah gigi ledi Saya mitala na tedioro lumi Hallelujah gigi ledi Dunia ni aligia mate atunya loro Awakabade ya muyasine Imaye kono ya gikela yiri volonnedi Yiri temo gigi didioro Sobo ya gikela ulabaledi Ula temo gigi difa Moniti ya gikela wolodennedi Deye mo gigi ledi Dunia ni aligia mate kunyandoro Anyi silamba dengarina.
Well, I apologize. We needed to do that, to do some housekeeping. Some people are trying to hack our account. They've been sending viruses, been writing all kind of nonsense. You know, attack. They're not even from here. They are not from Liberia. I don't know who hired them, whatever it is. But yeah, they've been trying to attack us. I saw some from Vietnam, from India, from different places attacking us and trying to bring our platform down. Hopefully, they will not succeed. But like I was saying, we are hearing some names. We are hearing some names on potential cabinet ministers, directors, and people that were going to be actually serving very close to the president-elect, soon to be president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Nyimapokai. Yeah, so like I was saying, man, Orito is real. People being hired to take us down, and they're attacking us. You see them, right? The Seku is a liar, Seku is a scammer, Seku is this, Seku that. You see, you just click them. If not from China, if it's not from India, from somewhere, Vietnam or somewhere else, I believe people hired them to do it. They started by sending me things that how they want to do X, Y, and Z. They want to do this. They will pay me $700 a week. To someone say $1,500 a week to be sending me video that I should be posting and stuff like that. So, but we try to block them by all means. They stay doing it. Hopefully they will stop. But if not, we have also reported some of the sites that are involved with it to Facebook, and we'll be in, you know, it was anyway. These people, I don't know, why they're doing this, but again, we will definitely, continue to do what we're doing, to do our show. But going back to Joseph Nyimapokai, the president-elect, Liberian people, we are about to see some movie, that is going to be very, very interesting when it comes to the governing of Liberia. Look at the people around Joseph Boakai. Look at the leadership structure of Unity Party in Liberia. Look at the people who could potentially be ministers, deputy ministers in Liberia. Look at what they're capable of doing. Is Joseph Boakai going to appoint just members of the Unity Party as we know them? Or is Joseph Boakai going to reach across the aisle to bring on people from different political parties, people with no parties, people that will actually bring some value and respect to Liberia and the administration? Or people are going to be appointed based on actually, it's going to be based on getting anybody to whatever position based on their affiliation or their commitment to the party. How people are going to be elected, appointed. Who's going to be just the justice minister? If the justice minister going to be somebody that will bring some sanity to the justice system, is the justice ministry going to be independent under Joseph Boakai? And if the justice ministry is going to be good, what about the legislature, the Senate? The Senate. Yeah, I did listen to the speech, but I wanted to play it right now. And he said they will appoint Liberians. But you know, rhetoric is one thing. I want to see it happening. You know, George Weah said during his during George Weah's inauguration, he said Liberians are going to be spectators in their own country. And that turns to be something different. Turns out to be something different. So whatever Joseph Boakai is saying right now, those are good things that I want to hear. And I'm hoping that he will implement, doing just that. Look at these people say, I'm stop speculation. We're not speculating anything. We're just telling you, we don't know how it's going to look like. Whatever he says, that's what he says. But we want to see what's going to happen. And like we said yesterday, that from the look of things, especially the people around him. Hold on, let me tell this person. Hello? Yes, sir. I'm on the show though. What's up? I apologize. So yeah, he's a friend that I recommended somebody to him. He's a tailor, but the tailor being slacking on the guy, and the guy is angry. He's a very good tailor, but most of the tailors and the way they do. Yeah, but the guy is so angry right now. He's a friend that I recommended somebody to him to do his work. The person can do the good work, but very lackadaisical. But yes, again, folks, we are not speculating anything. We just told you that we learned that Samuel Kofi Wood was tapped, was being considered as one of the person or special somebody to serve as Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. We said the information is unconfirmed, but it came from within in the surrounding of Joseph Boakai that we learned that Kofi Wood wants to be minister. He wants to be National Security Advisor as opposed to being Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, like the McGill of George Weah, Samuel Kofi Wood. That's what we are saying. We are not speculating anything. It's the information that we learned. It is our responsibility to put it to the public, and the people can look at it. They can give their opinion. If it's something that the people will love to see, the president-elect can make a decision. Sometimes they like to know how the Liberian people are thinking. For example, you saw Gregory Coleman, you saw A.B. Kroma, some Sam Gate. All those people are former police leaders. Some people are saying, well, maybe A.B. Kroma is going to be appointed to be police director. Somebody said, no, maybe Gregory Kroma, maybe somebody else. Or maybe, Patrick Sulu will stay. Maybe he will not stay. Maybe the 101 right now could be the person. So everybody making their own speculation here and there. But whatever we hear from the close proximity of the president-elect, we have to talk about that. You remember when Yomli was promised to be the president pro tem. Now that the CDC government is no longer there, it's not going to be there. Right now we have somebody who is what's his name? The current. Hold on. Somebody is saying if Kofi will go for Minister of State Presidential Affairs, where will be Anthony Keseli? Anthony Keseli, when Joseph Boakai was vice president, Anthony Keseli said he was the policy advisor to the vice president. I don't know the policy the vice president was effectuating at the time because he was the vice president. But being the vice president is different from being the president. Joseph Boakai government, we want to see how it's going to look like. The government is big. It was my brother Manu Belete was the one who asked this question. We don't know yet. We don't know who's going to be who, but these are speculations. I was talking about Yomli. They said Yomli is going to be president pro tem of the Liberian Senate if they win the election. Is Boakai going to work with other senators to elect Yomli as the president pro tem? Who's going to be the current, who's going to be the next Speaker of the House of Representatives? Buffer Chamber is going to be out. The current Deputy Speaker is Councillor Fonati Kufa. We're also hearing that the representative-elect Musa Hassan Belete from District 7 in Lofa County is thinking about running to be the next Speaker of the House of Representatives. Now that Fonati Kufa's government is gone, the party is gone, he's elected, but the party is gone. without weakening his position? Will Musa Belete have an edge? Or do we think Musa Belete already had an edge, given his connection, given his capability of maneuvering, of reaching out, given the power of Nimba County? Did I say Musa from Lufa? I said Musa from Nimba. I said district number 7 of Nimba County. That's why I said maybe I mistake. If I did, I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, Musa Belete from Nimba County, district number 7. Fonate Kofa from Maryland. Now, Fonate Kofa government going to be leaving the CDC-like government. And Musa Belete and Fonate Kofa, none of them are member of the current Unity Party. Would the Unity Party representatives prefer Musa Belete or Fonate Kofa? Or would they present somebody else to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives? So if it's not going to be Musa Belete, if it's not going to be Fonate Kofa, who else? Who's going to be in the Unity Party? Who's going to be running for the speakership? So these are speculations that went around. We also heard that Justice Cabinet Janet is also in conversation. Name is in conversation, being considered. Somebody said, no, Tiawon Gonglo wants to be. Somebody said, oh, in fact, Councillor Jerome Verdier, that is living here in America right now, who said everything about Prince Johnson and the rest of the people, and later on joined the Unity Party to support Joseph Boakai. Somebody say, well, it could possibly be him as a former head of the TRC. But on the list, we are hearing Justice Janet name has been mentioned from multiple sources that they believe Justice Janet will be the next Justice Minister. So it is our job to put these names out there to let you know that the people are working. They are reaching out. They're trying to recruit some of the good people, some of the best people. In fact, we were even told that there are some professionals from outside of Liberia that are also being considered for other positions. Government is big. When we say government is big, government is really big. But there are key positions that drives the government. So the question becomes, would you like to see a Tiawon Gonglo as minister, just a minister, or would you like to see just a cabinet journey? Or would you like to see Councillor Jerome Verdier? There are other names we were told they are being considered. What about Minister of Foreign Affairs? Somebody told us that Joseph Nimo Boakai is willing to go across, in fact, from the CPP to appoint somebody in a ministerial position. That's the conversation we heard. It's not like we have facts, these are speculations, that Joseph Boakai, in an effort to reach across the aisle, that he will be offering some ministerial position to some people from the CPP. You heard me clearly. This is CPP. So we are hearing that the lady from the other party, the rescue entity, we are hearing that she was being considered also for the Minister of Gender. I'm not sure. Mandela Cooper. And Mandela Cooper is being considered for to be Minister of Gender. But I jokingly told this person very close to the former vice president, now the president-elect. So I jokingly said to the person, I said, but did you guys watch the show yesterday? He said, yeah, we did. I said, but what position are you guys giving to our friend and brother, a Liberian who campaigned for Joseph Boakai tirelessly? And he is also someone from the information area. And I asked the person, what position you guys are going to give to, Prophet Key, the world stage, to promote the image of Joseph Boakai government, since in fact it was an integral part of the campaign. The person started laughing at me, saying, Sekou, stop joking. I said, what do you mean? He said, why are you mentioning this guy to be, to be somebody, government? I said, but the man is somebody in your campaign. I said, you better go and create one ministry of Marcos and Parcos or some kind of assistant ministerial position, assistant minister for Marcos, information for Marcos and Parcos. And the person was laughing. We joke about it. But the person was telling me, Sekou, stop playing, man. And the reason why I'm bringing this thing out is like, you have to be serious. You got to do what is right. Other than that, people can only use you and then dump you. Feel like you're nothing. You are nobody. You should be considered for nothing. You're worth nothing. Your only worth is to be used to demonize, insult, and disrespect other people. I asked him a question. So are we going to see Eugene Fangon as Minister of Information, since in fact he was angry for the fact that Lejewu Reni was given the position after Eugene Nangbe left that position and went to the Maritime? Fangon thought he was going to be the person in line because he was the principal deputy of Len Eugene Nangbe. Eugene Fangon was the minister or deputy minister for press and public affairs, almost the mouthpiece for the government. And he was not considered. He was even later on fired. So I said, so Eugene, are we looking at Eugene Fangon as the Minister of Information? He said, Sekou, stop joking, man. Who's going to make Fangon Minister of Information? I said, well, why? He's qualified. He was in the vanguard of your campaign. Why not? In fact, he said he's the most qualified person among all of you when it comes to information dissemination. But again, welcome, Brazilian Monk. And I don't know whether you listened to the former vice president-elect today. We try to play the video. For some reason, it's not allowing us to play. Even the one that is recorded by SKTV, we are not unable to play it. Whatever reason that is. But did you listen to it? And if so, what is your take?
Well, I didn't listen to the vice president. I meant to the president-elect. I haven't been following. At this stage, I don't focus too much on the speculation. I want to see the first list of appointed individuals, and then you can start to get a sense. So I don't speculate because there will be a bunch of rumors that will be flying around the place as to who going to which ministry. So for the next 3 to 4 weeks, you will be hearing a lot of stuff. For me, I don't focus, I don't dwell on things that that beyond my control. But one thing I know is once that cabinet is formed, then you can look at the list of individuals and know exactly where this president elect.
Can we play his speech behind the scenes? We can just listen to the audio so that way we can have an idea as to why because I'm very interested.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in it, but for some reason we have been, having some trouble playing this video. Let me see here. Let me see if we can play it. I really, really want to play it for our people, but for some reason we are having serious trouble, playing. But let me do this right here. Let me try if we can play it behind the scene. Do this right here. Yeah, let me play it. Let me play it so that people can hear it. It's important.
Just that elections in Liberia's political history. He and his coalition for democratic change fought hard that there can only be one winner in an election. Liberia, by its democratic tradition, is a new model in this world. You, the people of Liberia, have spoken. And the words are inadequate to express my feelings of gratitude to you. You have placed your trust in me to lead with a demand for the change that you want. I can recall the Liberians and call them to join hands to exploit the full potential of a country of promise. We must join in the transformation that will lift our people from the very economic and social inequities and the injustices they have been through for the many years. I today want to thank all of you. And today I would like to first thank God for his grace in granting me this opportunity. I also thank him for giving me strength, good health, fortitude, and the wisdom on this journey. I want to thank my family, especially Katumu, my dear wife, over 50 years, and my children, and extended family members, friends, and colleagues who stood with me through the thick and thin. To my running mate, the Vice President-elect Jeremiah Kuhn, I thank you. For you stood by me and fought a good fight. My appreciation goes to the chairperson and member of the campaign team, as well as the many men and women, young people across the country and in the diaspora who rode the rescue train on this journey of national renewal. To those who initiated and advocated for protection of the vote, and to the professionals and technicians who set up and man the infrastructure to protect the votes of our people. I am doubly thankful for your dedication, commitment, and hard work. I would like to thank members of the Great Unity Party Alliance and other political parties and their leaders who endorsed us. You'll be remembered for placing Liberia above personal ambition and interest. I salute you. I'm grateful to the international community the United States of America, European Union, and the diplomatic community for accompanying us on this journey. We praise our regional compatriots from the African Union, ECOWAS, Monterey Union, for demonstrating true solidarity. You prove that a universal ideal can be achieved with collective determination. My fellow citizens, I believe these elections were a watershed moment in the history of Liberia for two reasons. First, it demonstrated the power of the people and their commitment to the democratic process, no matter where threats come from. Second, these elections show the progress we have made as a nation since the end of the war to maintain our peace and consolidate. We have signaled to the region and to the world at large that we will be a great example of a working democracy that many will emulate. Or Southern Liberia. There is only one Liberia. And citizens of the older republic in Africa, all of us have won together. What has happened in our democracy over the last 4 days is a win for Liberia, and will be a legacy for us as a people and mark in the posterity forever. We will no longer be known for war, but for peace that has prevailed in our country. We must therefore embrace each other, be magnanimous in victory and gracious in defeat. Politics should not define us. We should define us as a collective resolve to transform our country from good for everyone, including future generations. I promise to extend development across this country, including building roads of our beautiful region of the southeastern Liberia, which for years have suffered the fate of rural neglect. So I implore all Liberians, irrespective of their ethnic background, country, county, religion, and political party affiliation, to join us in this journey to rescue our country. The hard work to rebuild starts now. The challenges of this country must be confronted immediately and head on to create an equal future for all Liberians and succeeding generations. We must have no stone unturned to address and remove economic, social, political disparity that undermine our potential. Our country is not poor. The problem with our country is bad leadership in all facets of the society, including the institutions to lead by example. I promise Liberia that I will benefit all Liberians. The Liberian state will no longer be used as a predatory tool by and for a few to the detriment of the majority of the people. We will promote broad participation of the people, including those in the rural communities, in the decision-making process. To you, the people of Liberia, you have spoken loud and clear, and I have heard you. We established a responsible and accountable government. We will address the major problem of corruption in government, especially in high places. In this regard, I will announce the transition team in the next few days to work on the transitional plan. We will start working immediately with the outgoing government for a smooth and peaceful transition. We will work with the current administration to assess the current state of affairs, determine the necessary actions to respond to the challenges, build on any progress, and prevent any disruption to a smooth and successful transition. To our honorable neighbors, the West African region, and the international community of Atlantic, we open our arms to you for effective cooperation for good of our respective people. We are therefore announcing our intention to the world that with the mandate of the people of Liberia to lead, we intend to actively participate in global affairs and restore our respectability and dignity as one of the oldest states in the world. Meanwhile, in recent years, there have been accounts of several mysterious deaths and disappearances. Over the period of the campaign and the struggle, many Liberians, some of our own partisans, have lost their lives. We regret the loss of our compatriots, and we offer our prayers for the peaceful repose of their souls, which is why our tribute to the families of those who lost their valuable lives is to embark on a drastic security and justice reform and to bring relief to the families of many victims, but also to lay the pathway to achieving a society where the rule of law reigns. On Monday, November 2023, our nation was gripped by a tragic event that occurred at the party's headquarters, which led to the loss of valuable life of our partisans. Our partisans were peacefully celebrating the announcement of the final result of the run of elections. On yesterday, November 21, 2023, we visited our wounded partisans at the John F. Kennedy Hospital and sympathized with the families of our partisans who lost their lives and assured them that a thorough investigation will be conducted by the Liberian National Police and justice will be dispensed. We extend our deepest condolences to the families and the loved ones of those who lost their lives. The Unity Party of all Alliance Alliance members are asked to begin a period of 3 days mourning for the victims. We want to thank the doctors and the nurses at JFK and other places who were providing them care. Finally, as we look forward to taking the reins of the state authority on the 22nd of January 2024, I call Liberians to join and work with us as we lead the rebuilding of our country. The progress of this country is undermined by the lack of sound and honest leadership. It is this leadership we promise the Liberian people as we together build a country with a vision of an equitable society for generations to come. Join me as we begin our journey together on the difficult and rocky road to develop our country. Let us resolve to think Liberia, love Liberia, and build a great Liberia. May God bless us all and save our country. Thank you.
So That was the President-elect Joseph Nima Boakai of the Republic of Liberia. If you just joining, this is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. Today, I have my two colleagues here. Brazilian Monk is here, and Steve Bole, aka Moses. Moses is here. I want to say thank you to all of our followers, viewers, and well-wishers around the world. And like one of my colleagues, Gordon Howard, say, welcome to our 433,000 followers, some of whom are watching right now, some of whom will watch later on. But I want to say thank you to all of you for sharing the show. Continue to share the show. And if you haven't click like on this platform, SKTV or SKTV Live, please do so. Or also click follow. So now, Brazilian Mo, you listen to the former Vice President, now President-elect. Steve, you listen to it. What is your take? Brazilian Mo, but Steve, welcome, by the way.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kane. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to our followers and our listeners. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And as usual, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. It's good to be back on SKTV. I don't know if President Mo want to go first or he wants me to go. I don't know.
Well, it don't matter. I mean, you just got on the show anyway. You could take the lead, or I could go ahead either way. But
all right, Steve, since you are in and out, you go ahead, because Brazilian Mompa, you're gonna bear with me. You're gonna stay with me for a little bit.
Yes.
So Steve, you go ahead.
The first thing I wanted to start with the conversation on is we have not given as much credit or respect or honor or acknowledge, President George Weah. I've been reading different articles in different places for the past few days on different news outlets. One of the most important thing is in Africa conceding as a sitting president, especially with the margin that he had. So I want to say to President Weah, thank you for doing what is right. Thanks for accepting the results. And to seditionists that are discouraged, I think the president did the utmost thing. He did what was right. Many of us did not think President George Weah would do that, to be quite honest, but he did what was right. Because God forbid this country could have been in chaos and in ruin by now. So I'd like to appreciate President Weah for doing what is right. He could have been like other dictators or other people, but he did what was right in this context. So I want to acknowledge that. I listened to the president-elect, Joseph Numa Boakai. The first thing I want to say is we on SKTV give credit to where it is due, and we criticize when need be. The first thing I want to establish is Vice President Joseph Numa Boakai has started on a good footing by having continuous communication with the Liberian people. That's a good thing. That's something we did not see. We did not see a lot of with President George Weah. So it is a good thing to keep the communication rolling. I hope and pray that would continue. Another thing is he has been visible. Going back to most recent interviews he's had, that is good. That is very good. And I hope he will continue on that path. In terms of the speech today, I think and I believe that Joseph Numa Boakai sounded presidential, professional, and I also like the fact that he did not sound divisive. I will have to point that out. And again, it's a good thing. Again, those of you who support Joseph Boakai or not, we on SKTV will say the truth where the truth belongs. We criticize when it need be. His speech also welcomed international partners and other Liberians to work with his government or his administration, which I think is good. They seem not to be restrictive or any kind of restrictions. Again, it's a good thing. Whether people will jump on board or on ship, I don't know about that yet. But the fact that he's opened it up and he seemed more to be transitioning from campaign to leadership, that's another good sign. I hope people who support him and his followers will listen to what he said and adhere to it and focus on governing than passing around, hunting people, uh, making statements like, oh, the other person will be audited and the one will be audited and the other, creating all that, those rhetorics. I don't think this is a time for it. I think this is time for governing and reaching out to other people to help, because the issue of governing, they have a serious task at hand. That is something we'll talk about on another show. But so far, the signals from Joseph Yuman Boakai seem to be very positive in terms of his communication to the Liberian people. Whether they're realistic, some of the things he said, whether they're applicable at this time, we can look at them and say, this one. But again, the stage that has been set by him is very welcoming. It's acceptable from a professional and a realistic standpoint, and even from a diplomatic standpoint. The tone is acceptable, is welcoming. And, I like the fact that he also said, to focus on the security sector to ensure security and so forth, because these are things that drive people to come and invest. These are different things, right? But again, saying it, I one thing, the implementation would be something that has to be done. So far, I like the speech today. I think he laid out some quick visions, some quick things that he want to do. And, the details were not as much because the speech was short. But again, he sounded presidential. But we look forward to, seeing the cabinet about the transition. He talked about the transitional team that he's going to announce. We look forward to seeing the transitional team or the transitional members that will be selected. Again, it's still on a path. We wait to see the inauguration. We wait to see how, because the country right now is still under President George Weah, whether we like it or not, right? We wait to see other things that they're willing to implement. But that's my take for now.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much for that brilliant analysis of the speech. Brazilian Monk, what say you, my brother?
Well, I maintain my same position, Sekou. I'm going to give Unity Party the time to enjoy their victory. They're going to have their honeymoon period, and then we will come back to reality. As for me, like Steve said, at least we're seeing the president-elect has been visible, something we haven't seen before. Even when he was vice president, let's talk about the CPP coming into the campaign season. There are a lot of things that have been going on in Liberia, and we don't hear from him as often. So, but we stay in the transitional process. He's yet to establish a transitional team yet, but they are working on that. For me, Sekou, I got a different way of doing things. I don't focus too much on trivial things. Even when it comes to the appointment, who's getting which job, I don't buy into this thing. For me, I'm looking at the challenges that Joseph Boakai is going to inherit and how he's going to handle those challenges. Because now, don't forget, I told people the difference between Madam Salif and George Weah was expectation. George Weah never did anything close to Madam Salif. But because we lowered the bar for George Weah so much that there was even no bar for him. So any little thing he do, it was all considered to be an achievement, and they were never achievement. I never saw any single policy that people can relate to that transformed their life. And when Joseph Boakai came with the name of a rescue team, the expectations are even much higher than the previous administration, because for Georgia, we expected for Georgia to fail. For me, I never expected anything better from Georgia. But with Joseph Boakai, with the economic hardship in the country, and you're looking at the finance minister, you're looking at the central bank, you're looking at the overall economy, the challenges for Joseph Boakai is going to be very, very tough, and the expectation is very, very high. I know our Liberian society, when the reality set in after inauguration, when everybody finished merry making, drinking all the wine, dancing all over the place, on a Monday morning, reality kicks in. And that's why I told you from the beginning, we will be waiting to see the people that will form part of a cabinet, because that will give you a clue as to how he intends to handle these challenges. You know, I keep saying it all the time, there's a difference between governing and campaigning. When you're campaigning, you can say anything and everything you want to say, but then when you enter that Oval Office, that's when the real game starts. That's when you enter into the major league, and that's why we'll be waiting for that. That's when I will start concentrating and start zooming more on the Boakai administration. But for now, whether he brings Prophet Key as a cultural ambassador, Eugene Fagon as his information minister, I have no problem with that. You know, one thing people fail to realize in the democracy, I will call it elections. It's not one election going on.
What about he bringing Steve as a Joe Ball nephew?
Steve will be a advisor. You know, your fierce critics. You know, in Liberia,
I want to see Steve in there.
Yeah. Our people are not known to criticize the one that they support. They don't know that criticism bring out the best in leaders. You know, when you into leadership, you don't want to bring people that think like you. You want to bring people that think the total opposite of you, because they will expand your limit. They will make you to think outside the box. They will make you to have an open mind. So for me, I'm looking at the challenges and how they intend to handle them. And the first clue we will have will be the people that make up the cabinet. The cabinet will be the first clue, and you will know where they are headed.
What about people in the transition team? That's going to be appointed on Monday, according to him. Was it Monday? Do you think would that be an indicator as to how the government going to look like? People that are going to be.
I wouldn't say so. Monk, sorry, if you want to go.
No, I will get about into that question before you started talking about. Yes, I won't buy so much into the transition thing. The transition thing will be different for the entire cabinet. Yes, you could bring up guys that could implement or execute a smooth transition, but then when it comes to executing the day-to-day activity of the government, it could be a whole different thing. So, like, I want to get United Party people, the United Party folks, all the time in the war, because I know the challenges, I know the economic imperative, I know what people are expecting from a Joseph Boakai. So we know the challenge is going to be tough, but until he can prove us wrong, I'm not going to sound like a doomed prophet. I just want our people to know that don't set your expectation too high, because whether it's about accountability, whether it's about war crimes code, there are good players and bad players on either side. And I don't think at this early stage or Joseph Boakai will want to agitate the people that brought him or that push him across the finish line. That will not happen. When you want to talk about corruption, Jeremiah Cohn and Prince Johnson are two of the most corrupt individuals, and they were very instrumental in Joseph Boakai win. So how do you go about prosecution? You listened to Akara's great earlier today saying that, and I think one of the points raised by the CPP that we should audit both houses, the House and the Senate. Do you want me to believe that Joseph Boakai is going to audit the House and the Senate when you got a bunch of corrupt United Party lawmakers in government? I don't think so. So people who have people who have this extra high expectation, I just want for you to come down a little bit and start looking at the reality, because some things they will just be wishful thinking, and you will see them happen. And so for now, we will give you guys all the chance in the world. You can speculate all you want, you can make all you want, but at the end of the day, there is something called reality, and you will have to address it, whether it's on the economic and everything. Go ahead.
So you know when Donald Trump took over during the elections, Chris Christie was a fierce critic of Donald Trump. Interestingly, during the transitional period, Chris Christie was part of the transitional team. I don't know, Mark, if you remember. So Chris Christie then did a transition. However, Chris Christie did not transition into the government, right? Or into the executive branch of government to serve, right? And so I agree with Monk that the transitional team might not necessarily be people who would be part of the government or the administration. And however, on the contrary, the transitional team also could paint a picture to some extent, because with Donald Trump at that point, if you look at it from a psychological and optical standpoint, Donald Trump was projecting this reconciler, this forgiving guy who's able to work with people who has criticized him, when he did that with Chris Christie, which I think was very important, for the country at that time, especially with the division, Hillary Clinton, women, and people had this high expectation of Donald Trump. Some people have very low expectation of him or whatever not. But that's aside the point, right? So the transitional team could project that picture, but it couldn't, right? But my point is, I want to agree with Monk. I want to wait. For me, I want to give the Joseph Human Boycott camp, even with some of the information we're receiving up until today. I said I'm going to be objective, like I did with President George Weah from the beginning. We see the first batch of government officials when a name come up. But I want to say this though. I want to be honest, as always, to say and to agree with Monk, like I said on the show the other time, that Joseph Yuma Boyka government has or will have one of the most challenging times in our times than any other government, not even the George Weah, and not even the Ellen-led government in recent times. Again, the challenges are very, very high for this government. I would encourage them openly to not raise the expectation high, because the expectations are already high. Look, Mr. Kane, technology has improved. The age of Facebook is very big, and other social media outlets. Joseph Human Boyka and his administration, based on the criticism of President George Weah and other administrations, will be held to high standard. The level of criticism would rise up very high. It might not be us, some of us, seditionists, other people who will not be incorporated into the government, who suffer for the government, because the fact of the matter is, everybody will not be in this government. Let me just point that out. Exactly, and that's a realistic fact that people need to start paying attention to. You might have suffered to bring this government or work hard to bring the government to power. You might not come to the government. You might not work in this government. That's one thing. The second thing is this. There will also be power struggle, knowing that Joseph Yuma Boyka and the Unity Party brought other people on board and they made deals with them. Are they able to keep up with some of those deals? Would they be willing to live up to it? The other part also, it will be the financial challenges. We've seen most recently that the World Bank has put some restriction on the borrowing power of Liberia and government's continuity. That means Joseph Yuma Boyka inherits that, whether he likes it or not. He will not be able to borrow money. I don't know how long that will be for, but also the economic challenges.
You don't know how long they say until those money are paid.
No, but let me go back now, because
you also talk about and we have the letter.
No, we'll talk about it tomorrow. We don't.
Okay.
Today we want to focus on the speech, right? But Mr. Kane, you see what we said from the beginning, and sometimes people come here and it costs us. Let me tell you, even Joseph Yuma Boyka becoming president today, our criticism helped to some extent. We did not support anybody in these elections. You claim we supported somebody, that's your business. But our criticism helped. We don't hate Joseph Yuma Boyka, we don't hate Joe Weah, we don't hate anybody. The truth of the matter is we want the best for Liberia. And if we want the best, we should be able to criticize everybody on the issue. We should. So another part of it also, how are they going to be able to pay this money back? This is a new government coming. How can they, and then can you imagine our debt as we speak today, almost 2 billion? I keep emphasizing on that.
Yes.
I keep emphasizing on that. Most recently, the history of Liberia has not been too attractive to people who want to invest because of the level of crime, the insecurity level, and so forth. In the world right now, Mr. Kane, if you look at the world globally, the crisis in Israel or the Gaza, we're still talking about the Ukraine crisis going on, and other things are going on in the world. So look, the challenges are enormous. Again, let the Joseph Yuma Boyka administration set expectations very low and hit high. Don't set expectation high and hit low.
Let me say this. I want to say thank you to the both of you for your candid opinions. I am setting my expectation very, very high. My expectations are very, very high, to the rooftop, and still going up. It could hit the sky. The reason is very simple.
Wow.
Joseph Boakai is a statesman. Joseph Boakai is an experienced politician. Joseph Boakai has served as vice president. He has served in different capacities in our country. They say, to whom much is given, much is expected. I expect Joseph Boakai to do way better than George Weah. People never expected George Weah to do anything because he did nothing. Joseph Boakai is believed to be one of the coolest persons in Liberia, politics, but those that love him, that believe in him. Beyond that, Joseph Boakai already experienced what it is to be a government. He was the top. He was among the top two. The two most important people that served in government. So I expect Joseph Boakai to do better, to know better, and to go beyond our expectations. What happened today, I think it was good. But you know me, I would never say 100% good to add some things to it. I don't know why he was crying. He had, he had a handkerchief, clearing, his eye. I'm not sure what that was. I was not close there to know exactly what was going on. I don't know whether he was crying or something was bothering his eye. I don't know what that was. Today is the longest speech I have seen Joseph Boakai giving. I think that was good. But I also think Joseph Boakai's voice, it doesn't sound right. He's still not feeling okay. People don't like you to speak the truth.
That's a fact.
Joseph Boakai, he looks presidential. The speech was very good, well crafted, and he delivered it. Even though, for the most part of the speech, his hair was bent down. He's not a stranger. He's not somebody new to the camera or to the microphone or to somebody who's new to reading speeches. He is an experienced person. I expected better than that when it comes to lifting his hair up while speaking. I expected better than that. But I can say, you cannot compare Joseph Boakai to George Weah when it comes to reading speech. His experience, he's not counting his words. He delivered the speech very well. And those who wrote the speech, they did very, very well. And I think, they deserve to be commended for what they did. And the speech was well delivered. But I still have problem with the voice and the health issue with the vice president. He's not sounding energetic. The voice does not resonate. People are being sympathetic of the vice president because, oh, wow. Now they may not speak for like 15, 16 minutes. Just like when George Weah went to the United Nations, gathering, people can be worried. People can be on the edge of their seat to see how well George Weah are going to deliver without making mistake. How the man is not going to be counting his words. How the man is not going to be mispronouncing stuff. When you finish, the people can't even worry about substantive things in the speech. People can be worried about how the man is going to deliver the speech. You're not going to worry about that, but Joseph Boakai. You're not going to worry about whether or not you're going to deliver the speech well. He knows how to talk. He knows how to read speeches. He's very good with that. But he need to lift his hair up a little bit And also, he's now well. He can't even talk louder. His voice does not resonate. He doesn't speak with passion. His voice does not move anybody. Even United Party people themselves. But they say you can fake it until you make it. Joseph Boakai, I think we'll get there. The speech today was good. Just put a little more energy in his voice. The man said he's well. He thank God for good health. He's okay. Everything's okay with him. So let him speak like somebody who is well, who is healthy, who is energetic, who is ready to face the many challenges Liberia is faced with right now. I can tell you, this is just the beginning. And we expect more. I expect more and better on Joseph Boakai. He is now our president. We'll scrutinize him. We'll put him under the microscope. We will criticize him where need be. We will commend him where need be. He is our president. We will always do constructive criticism of him. Let me tell you, Steve, he said something that is very, very important. When we said that Joseph Boakai need to be speaking, need to be coming out, need to talk to his people, need to make them to feel like elections over and campaigns are over, they should look forward to governing. That's what he just did, which is very good. And I'm very proud of him for doing that. But his people, if they really want to help him, they have to follow suit. Let them be conciliatory. Let them respect other people for their opinion, for who they are. Let them work on bringing other people on board. Like Joseph Boakai asked all Liberians to come on board to help him. Let his supporter then do that. Let them follow suit. I just want to add that.
So Mr. Kanaja, just before I leave, I want to play the devil advocate, and maybe I can leave it with you and Monk to kind of rebuttal what I'm about to say. After conversations, consultations, I will give Joseph Boakai the benefit of the doubt. I will. It does not mean I support him. But the truth of the matter is, I understand what you are saying and where you come from, that his experience with government, and that's one of the things he was sold on, that he has governmental experiences. And he's been around the world with top leaders, in as much that they did not want to take credit for the corruption and the failure, but the good ones. It all amounts to experiences in that field. So the expectation is he would come in knowing what to do, and but I also want to give the benefit of the doubt that the Joseph Boakai government is walking into some serious mess that has been done in 6 years. They are, and they were now oblivious of the fact. They knew what they were coming into. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt to get their feet wet. And this is in no way, shape, or form making excuses. I know this is, listen, I know we have been insulted. We have been criticized for being critical, hard on CDC and Joseph Boakai. But the truth of the matter is, I will continue to say this to the UP-led government. Lower the expectations in your words, in your pronunciations. There's so much, because when I'm not saying Sekou and the rest of the Liberian people or Monk cannot have a high expectation of this government, but I'm saying that the administration itself should lower the expectations. For example, Joseph Boakai should not be saying in the first 90 days, no car will be stuck in mud on a major highway. Rectify that. Stop saying that, because this is not realistic. It could create.
What if the man can do it?
No. Okay. Well. I will say again. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Lower the expectations. and continue to work hard, be peaceful, be humble, because I think the traps that are set to ensure that the government does not succeed is more than the traps that are set for them to succeed. Again, it will be a hard one. CDC, we know that when they're in opposition, they can be very, very brutal. They can be stubborn. They can be hard-headed. They can go very hard. So, and there are other oppositions also. So again, it's a long way. It will be tedious. It will be tough. And the realities will be there. There will be huge challenges for this government. And so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. When I see the first batch of government officials, I will know if they're serious or not to some extent. But for now, I'll give them a benefit of the doubt. I don't care what these supporters, these minions that come and write, say, or whatever it is. I will look at the bigger picture. It will be about Liberia. When I see the first batch of people coming to the government, then I will make a stand.
So, President Monk, my question to both of you, I want President Monk to go on this first. Have you heard President Weal speaking on this issue of the incident that happened at the Unity Party place?
No, maybe, but I
didn't give you number. What's going on?
No, not yet. And you know what?
I think he's supposed to speak though.
No, but you know why?
It's very important.
No. You know why?
He's the president now.
Right. But you also know why?
Baga went to the extent not only speaking about it, but he went there.
Yeah, but you know why?
Yeah.
You know why? President George Weah normally doesn't speak on tragic issues. We know that.
He did. I haven't listened to it. Please send it to me, Helena.
Normally doesn't speak on tragic issue, but but also part of this thing also, I think the Unity Party, Amara Kone and other people, try to seize the moment also in this tragic thing. So I don't want to use the word steal the show, but to publicly run with it and make it and seek public sympathy, but at the same time they judge their own case, right? So yes, the public was sympathetic or is sympathetic to the victims and the Unity Party at large. But I also think the Unity Party should understand that they have not taken over yet. They need to slow down.
Yeah, but my question was about the president.
What I know that
like president-elect. The first time in America, when tragic happened, some big thing happened, where human life are lost. The president of the republic should not only talk about it, should go and sympathize with the people. I'm asking whether President Weah has done anything in that regard.
Well, I haven't heard it. I'm not saying he did it or not. I haven't heard it, but I know for a fact, historically speaking, yes, he should. Yes, he should. I think it's the right thing to do, and I will hope he does it. And I will hope he also calls for investigation and let the government ensure that the security apparatus that it's fully equipped to carry on this investigation as fast as possible and bring the perpetrator to books, regardless of which side they come from. I think that's critically important. That's very important. And I hope he speaks. If he already did, that's great.
He did. But Helena, can you power to all the information? We'll be
very happy. Mr. Cannon, thank you so much. I got to run.
Yes, thank you. So let's get to President Monk. If President Monk has any idea whether or not the president spoke already on this issue,
I have no idea. I haven't received or seen anything concerning the president.
But should he speak?
That tragic event.
You think the president should speak?
He ought to speak. It's a responsibility for him to speak, especially in the difficult time from a contested election where the country is almost evenly split. He ought to speak. He's bound to speak.
But has he given up on the Liberian people? I mean, half of the people voted for him. So why is he giving up so quick?
But apparently he believes that Joseph Baga is the president now, so it won't be screnched. Matter of fact, it's a pardon. That's something he's been doing since he became president. So if this president can take a side or say something crazy when auditors were being killed. What make you think people that voted against him or were celebrating at Unity Party headquarters? I mean, he's supposed to speak. Constitutionally, he's bound to speak, but I won't expect him to speak, especially in these last days, because it's just not part of him. That's just why it is. We have seen it repeatedly, so why should I expect something different?
What about those who are saying that the president said something already?
Maybe. But like I said, I haven't seen it.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
Can anybody send it to SKTV?
Yeah, send the link and maybe we
or
can
inbox. Send it to me, Brazilian More. You can send it to SKTV inbox, or you can send it to our WhatsApp number if you have heard the president saying anything. I personally have not heard anything. So I think the president should not give up on the Liberian people. And besides, if the president was gracious enough, even very fast, to have conceded in a very gracious manner, I think he should also acknowledge the fact that he is still the president. Joseph Boakai is not going to be president until January next year. Some people say January 29th, some people say Joseph Boakai is January 22nd. I don't even know the mean day.
Yeah, Lee is in range. He gets a week in range.
I think it's in January. Joseph Boakai says January 22nd.
Something after the 20th. I think
somebody said January 29th. So I don't know which one is the actual day.
Choose the day.
Yeah, but Joseph Boakai will be president in January, sometime in January. George Weal is still our president. And it is still incumbent upon him to make sure that he takes care of all Liberians, regardless of their support. Whether they supported him or they supported Joseph Nyima Boakai, President Weal should pay attention to the people and take care of them. He is still the president of the Republic of Liberia. That's what we call him, President Weal. That's why Joseph Boakai is called president-elect, because he's not yet president. So another question I want to ask you, Brazilian Monk. You know, normally when in Africa or in any part of the world, for the United States, for the most part, when the president is elected, we've got a new government in place. The Secretary of State does most of the running around, going to other countries to mend fences and to somehow recalibrate the relationship with some other countries. In Africa, vice presidents are the one that can actually do more of those things. Do you see a vice president-elect, Jeremiah Kun, traveling the world to make the case, to present the new government to the world, and also collaborate and work on bilateral relationship with other countries like the United States, very soon?
Look, Sekou, all the reasons you listed earlier are the same reason I'm going to lower expectation for this incoming administration. If you think, I think Joseph Boakai will have to hire a very strong foreign minister that will play that role. Because for a vice president that will deny visa, I don't know, how do you expect him?
No, but they said that was not true. So that means if that was not true, they may should be able to come to the United States.
Yes, even if that is not true, just for hypothetical reason, we want to make the argument. I don't think Jeremiah Kun is capable enough to sell like brother the Osawa. I don't want to believe that. I'm not questioning his education. I'm not questioning the capability, but I just believe what I've seen since he entered parliament or in the House or in the Senate. I don't think he can make a very strong case for Joseph Boakai. And I don't think there will be a lot of Liberians that will be comfortable with that role, either that Jeremiah Kun will be expected, will be the one to sell Liberia image or project a better image for Liberia to the Osawa. I don't think so. It's not going to happen. So if Joseph Boakai, if he's contemplating on getting a foreign minister, he got to bring someone that is recognizable, someone that got that name brand that can. You see, that one of the advantages Madam Saliva administration had. She brought competent people. I keep telling folks all the time. And it will be a very tough thing for the Boakai administration. Look, when CDC government talk about to walk into a structured system whether it was watchdog institution, whether it was the people heading the ministry, it's one of the places we get a clue as to how Bouaka government is going to perform just in the transitional period. Because I know some of the reckless guys that control this ministry when it comes to transition. You know, transition is not only about taking someone office, it's about document transfer, it's about record keeping just for audit. And you just saw recently what happened in the finance ministry, where people believe that it was an insider job to erase their footprint. So the transitional process will also give you a clue. Second, I want the old man to succeed. I believe he has a good heart for the country, even though we disagree on politics. I support our candidate, but I believe Joseph Bouaka will do better than we are. But when it comes to the expectation, because when you create this image that you are a rescue team, the expectation is something different. For me, I believe in honor promising and over delivering. I would give him the benefit of the doubt, tame it down a little bit, calm down the rhetoric. Don't promise too much, because I know the government you are coming to inherit, and you hear that word. Government is continuity. You inheriting the good, the worst, the bad, and the ugly, and everything that come along with this government. Second, when you have a government that will lie on the size of the national budget when they cannot even pay government employees, what do you expect in the transition? You know what happened at the finance ministry, at the central bank. You know the economic situation in the country, and Joseph Bouaka is walking into this with a reckless administration. So you know the challenges. You know, one of the things that CDC had to their advantage.
You think, not to cut you off, but you think
Mhm.
Amara Kone could be a help to this government, since in fact, Amara Kone is one of the key players in the rescue team who inarguably rescued the rescue team, by making sure the vote were counted, and giving his connection with the World Bank and IMF. You think Amara Kone can be of help to somehow reconcile the image of Liberia and the Liberian people to the international community and the World Bank, so that they can trust Liberia again?
Well, I don't know
Since
how
in
to.
fact he is going to be in the legislature as opposed
Yeah.
to being in the Senate. I mean, in the executive. So could Amara Kone be of a help?
I don't know how he could be of help, because constitutionally he was elected to go and serve in the Senate. So I don't know how he would be crisscrossing to the executive branch. That would be unconstitutional first and foremost. And from a historical standpoint, I don't know if Amara Kone will be the one to do that. Because don't forget, in as much as Unity Party did some good things, they also balloon the debt. And Amara Kone, when it comes to the whole issue of budget shortfall, you know, it's one of the problems he and be going back and forth with Samuel 12. I know he could make that case. He could do something even better. But I don't know if he will be in a position to do it at this time now that he's in the Senate, if he's going to play a major role with the transition, most especially on the economic front.
Do you see him maybe sometime traveling with the president, going to the United States and other area, as somebody who could be helping him to the president to allow other people outside the international community and
Maybe he could play some phone calls
other
with
countries to
the-
actually to see him as a credible hand that will give them some level of trust because of his record with IMF and the World Bank.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how you're going to thread a needle between the legislature and the executive branch in this case when it comes to helping Joseph Bouaka. Maybe he could play some calls, or maybe he could make some international trip with the president-elect in the not too distant future. But I don't know. It will be a very tough thing, because if Amara had been like a regular person or not in the legislature, and maybe he will have played a major role. But now that he's an elected official, I don't know. Maybe he will play a minimum role, but I don't expect way too much. Yes, he will be seen traveling with the president in some instances, but overall, in terms of performance, like the day-to-day, the thing about the executive, almost like the CEO for some corporate entity. Yes, they got people that head the department, but you are still responsible. Whether it's the finance department, whether it's sales and marketing, whether it's HR, you are still. It's why when they tell you say the chief executive job is the most difficult job on the planet. This is why I'm going to lower expectation, because I'm looking at the government. Bouaka is going to inherit the people he's coming after, and tools and resources that have been put in place for him to succeed. I don't want to raise my expectations so high. I will lower it and see maybe in the next 9 to 12 months, the first 9 to 12 months. Steve said it right. I'm not putting no 90-day burden on the old man. No, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I know people have high expectation, but I won't expect to see that much. I'll get at least up to 6 to 9 months to get a clue as to how things are going to end up in the first 6 years. Because that's enough time from a logical standpoint to give a sitting administration, because you have all the new guys coming in. They got to go to the offices to know what's on the books, to know what to do next in terms of policy. You see, and this is why it's tough to govern. You can write all the fancy policy on paper. You can call it a rest. You can call it art, sanitation, but it doesn't matter how many fancy proposals you put on paper. It's about going out there and implementing it. And not only implementing it, but implementing it so that people can see your net positive result. That is why I'm going to get the old man all the time he needs in the world, because I know he's walking into a fearful with landmine from an economic standpoint. It's going to be very, very tough. You know, when people talk Chancellor, when you know one of the statements Chancellor made when Lavro was a kid, he said they had a song for they say, we are starting all over again. You got to tie your belt because it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Whether you like it or not, that's just the reality. It's going to be tough. One advantage CDC had, Sekou, when CDC government transition, when we transition from Madam Sali to CDC government, we had reserve. That was the reserve that got tapped into for the first 6 months. You remember when they came out with that IMF stuff where they punished like bro, they came with that standard drawing right for
but then these guys are coming in now when
and nothing is there.
Now that the block is pending.
Yes,
we have that letter from the IMF. We're going to be discussing it tomorrow. We'll send it to you. You will peruse it, and then we'll discuss it tomorrow as well. So now these guys are Labro now being stopped from spending.
Yeah.
So how is that going to affect Joseph Boakai, the incoming government? Respond to that, then we'll start taking calls. Take a few calls.
And that's why I told you it's one of the reasons I'm lowering my expectation. When CDC government came to power, they tapped into $157 million in reserve. Even though they were fine and the country is going to bear the brunt of the burden, because they took 157, but the country had to pay $213 million. That is inclusive of interest with that standard drawing right. And now Joseph Boakai government won't have all those leverages when he comes to government to be able to borrow or to be able to spend, because all these globalist institutions, they are the one running our various ministry. So it will be a very tough thing, but we wait to see. Maybe the old man got something under his sleeve, but I know, I can guarantee you 100% it's going to be tough for the administration, at least in the first 12 months. So if you're in Liberia, don't expect no kumbaya. You know, I told you yesterday on the show, I think it was yesterday, I believe in something called negative visualization. In as much as you want to be positive in life, you got to brace yourself for the unexpected situation. So if you're in Liberia, I know Joseph Boakai is going to be a way better president than George Weah, but equally so, I'm not going to
in terms of what
mental challenges. Huh?
In terms of what?
No, I know. On Joseph Boakai, drugs, the pouring of illegal drugs into the country is going to be minimized. I know that for sure. I know that there's never a perfect administration like Brussels when it comes to the issue of corruption. I'm not saying they're not going to be corrupt, but it won't be on an industrial scale like CDC. The whole thing about flaunting wealth, even the Liberian people building properties in the limited. I mean, George started bringing out a house or houses in the first 90 days. I don't expect Boakai to do that. So overall, I got higher expectation for him when it comes to performance in comparison to what George Weah. But like I said, the fundamental challenges are just too much and it will be a very tough thing. So it will take you a while. If you're in Liberia, don't expect milk and honey. The realities are there. You have to live with it. You got to give the old man a much longer time because it's not going to be easy economically. That I know for sure.
Thank you very much, President Monk, for always being this voice of reasoning, and your analytical skill is off the roof. Let's get the first caller here. Mr. Brother Noah, how are you?
Yeah, how you doing, Brother?
We're doing wonderful. What is going on? Did you listen to the speech, and what do you think?
Yeah, people are listening to the speech from that today.
So hold on 1 second, folks. Call. We have two numbers. Don't just call one number. When somebody's on the other line, you got to continue to call the other person. If you call the other one, it doesn't go through. Call the other number, so that way we can get you through. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Burr.
You see, monkey things that I told from the owner's speech as he spoke today. He spoke of the unity.
Your voice is not too clear, man. Like you have something blocking your mouth. Your voice is not too clear. Are you on Bluetooth?
He spoke of the road.
Oh man, are you on Bluetooth? He's not even paying attention. Hello,
Hey, Siku, what's going on, brother?
Ensu.
What's up, man?
How about my brother? How are you?
Not too bad.
Yeah, you are live.
Love the show. Hey, Mung, what's going on, man? But I want to disagree with Mung a little bit, agree more with Siku on the issue of expectations.
Okay.
Let's stop saying, let's temper the expectation. I don't want that. But Siku, I love what you said. Either way, we will criticize this government. I expect the criticism because if we take our foot off the gas, something could go the wrong way, and we don't want that. We've done so much work as Liberians that continue to push the government. I want to speak to the issue of expectation. The expectation Liberians are expecting is not to turn Monrovia or Liberia into July. They're expecting decent running water, clean running water. They're expecting adequate sanitation, road connection, healthcare system. These are not high expectations. This is what any society, these are necessities. They're not high expectations. So, Bridget, I would disagree with you that Liberian people wanting the basic necessities of life are not high expectations. They are basic something that government should supply. However, I will agree with Mung that within the first 12 months things will be difficult because of the hole these guys have dug for the Liberian people. But Honorable Parker understood this. And I will also agree with you, Siku. The caliber of people that he brings in will tell us a whole lot about whether Honorable Parker is serious or not. So we are all watching and we are paying attention because, Siku, we cannot continue to be like this. We have to want more for this society. And in order to get more, we have to push for more. I just want to make that point. Thanks, man. I love the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Let's go to the line here. 718 number. 718 number. Are you there? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, 7040.
I'm brother from New York. My name is Alexander Gaffa. I just want to say two things, right? Even though you guys are discussing it, but it is the press conference of Jefferson Koji today. He claimed that the election was stolen by evil genius. And I think that statement is counterproductive. It is wrong. It is meant to incite violence among the population. George Weah has already considered this election, and he is being praised around the world. So for Jefferson Koji to get a press conference and telling the people the election was stolen, there's fraud, he get proof, he get document, I think that is wrong. George Weah, if I was George Weah, I would dismiss him today and remove him from CDC's secretariat because he's saying the wrong thing. Right now, it's time to move forward and to start making statements that will incite people to get on the street or do something bad in the country. The election is finished. George Weah said CDC lost the election. That's what he said. It is a CDC. The election was stolen by CDC. So Jefferson Koji is working on the wrong path. I see what Boga said. Don't give an old man job to a small boy. That's exactly what Jefferson Koji is. And that is wrong. And I think you guys who are platform and in the media must call him out, for that statement he's making about election was stolen, by evil geniuses. That is
all right. Thank you. You have said that. Thank you so much. But hold on, let me say this to you though. Why you stay here?
Yeah.
Election laws allow people certain period of time to file in their complaint if they have one to the National Election Commission. Let me finish. Yes. So we stay within that time frame. Jefferson Koji coming to say whatever he wants to say, that's his right. And I think he should channel his grievances through the proper means, the legal means, and say anything that will create a condition of unrest or to create chaotic condition. I don't think that is acceptable. But Jefferson Koji was appointed by President Weal. If President Weal is serious about his concession, and Jefferson Koji speaking the way he's speaking, I don't think Weal has the power to remove him as the Secretary General of the party, because that's the party is supposed to do that. But Weal has the power to remove him as a city mayor because he was appointed. So if Weal wants a smooth transition, you could take that into consideration, or maybe call him and talk to him and tell him to, chill out and allow the process to go through. But, it is their right to talk about, you know, if they feel that the election was stolen. Well, all they need to do, the proper means of doing it is to go through the legal process, but not to come inside anything, you know, that will create problem in the country.
George Weal still remain the state of bearer of the CDC, right? He still have a lot of power and influence. It is George Weal that made Jefferson Koji, right? So if Jefferson Koji take to the radio and start saying this, the people, look, our peace is fragile. You saw happy the other night. Somebody drove a vehicle into the crowd and killed people. So Jefferson Koji cannot make a statement that's going to, you know, insult people. Because
My man, let the man right to speak. Freedom of speech is the man right. But I want to say thank you, my brother. I don't want to reduce the argument, but thank you so much for your contribution.
yeah, but at some point, I want to make a long statement.
But then quickly, go.
There was something that you were talking about George Weal making a statement, and you were trying to find out. And I want to say George Weal never made any statement about what happened. You remember George Weal said, "I am still a president until I take over power." So right now he's acting as a president. Not to be sitting there and disregard what's going on. That, you know, some of his citizens, precious citizens, got killed, and he has not said a thing. You know, that's why I think he needs that. It's one of the reasons why he was voted out of power. And,
all right, it's okay now, my brother. Thank you. The campaign finished. Thank you so much. Yeah, we can't be doing that. The campaigns are over already. The reason why George Weal got out of power, that one is not relevant anymore. George Weal is not in power anymore. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, let me put it on speaker. Yeah, call out. What is your name and where you calling from the WhatsApp line?
Yeah, this is Prince calling from South Korea, Mr. Seiko.
From South Korea, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Seiko, thank you for the show and thank you for the time. I think first of all, I appreciate President Joseph Walker, you know, for his speech. You know, he won unity within the country, like he called in for everybody to come on board. But I would say to him that I see deception in it. Because when President Weal came into the presidency, he called for everyone to come on board. But yes, still the opposition refused and said that he cannot come on board and nobody's going to teach him to serve. He wants to become a leader, he should go there. So I see hypocrisy in there. And furthermore, this quarter who just called right now, he just are trying to make some hypocritical statement here because Jefferson Koji said that Jefferson Koji agree with the result that but he's going to make it known to the public that evil genius stole the election, that he's going to present his document to the international community as well as the in West Africa, so that they will know that the election will only accept the result as his Senate President George Weal already accepted it. They're going to accept it, but they're going to make it known to the public that evil genius stole the election. So the Western coach is now causing no harm or calling people to come on the street. And at the end of the speech, he asked all divisions to be calm, and we pray that all divisions be calm in our country.
I think we invite Jefferson Koji to come and clarify his statement. We will invite him if he takes it.
And you said she should go back to where they were. People listen and they are listening. They're not going to go away. Ask a lot of questions. They answer all of these questions and stuff like that.
All right.
Stay into Liberia. He there. All the journalists asked him all the accusations about it. Yeah, he was young, and the people put him in jail for 7 times. But he's still there now. He's still 18 years. He's grown up. He's grown up. So he knew everything now. He's not was pushing before. So he was still before them.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for calling from all the way South Korea. Yeah, somebody asking where we can call from Liberia. Both numbers that we have here, they are all on WhatsApp. You can call directly from WhatsApp and your call will go through. Let's take this caller right here. I think this is Brokeable Power. Are you there? Yeah, I know some of the numbers already. Yeah, go ahead, Brokeable Power. Quickly, man. Everybody, please use your time efficiently. We only got 1 minute maximum. Go ahead.
Yeah, I try to use it wisely. Oh, I want to call, but when I listen, I got them right. There was a koji, there was a koji, there was a call. I really want to listen to the show, so far the show. So people can listen, people, but they can't comprehend correct. If you listen to somebody with different emotion or different mind, they make you not understand what the president is saying. I said, wait, I just left it last time. Even if president can say this, or your party can say this, if you get problem with issues, how to say it out, speak it out, that is a democracy. The thing is, they say it's not meant no harm, the way you understand it. Because your mind was greater in that amount of fact, please think that way. Oh, listen. The thing for me, I don't have no issue with the election. But I see the election was peaceful and the way it's all go that way. But for me, I'm not saying nothing good for them. So the expectation for the government is more than President we drink. Because the way the election went, the election is two-way. The president star and the opposition star, and everybody wants to see a different or three different in the election in the regime coming. So for me, what I want for you to do, what is thing to do? The only thing I want for you to do, anyone to prosecute anybody, going with that they not should be done by law. That's the way you want to do it.
Thank you.
I want for you to be peaceful and start being peaceful. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brooklyn Power. Okay, let's go to the next line here. That's Mr. Bird. Mr. Noah, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing? You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Quickly, 1 minute, everybody, please.
Yeah, 1 minute. I'll be less than one. Your expectation and my expectation is on top of the fish.
Yeah.
Of the mountain. You see, as a good leader, you always look at where the weak point is in your country. Like Honorable Bobby said today, those who in the southeastern have been, the road have been back in decades. We noticed that. And you spoke of Amara Kwana. Amara Kwana, as I said the last time, if he doesn't want to relinquish his senatorial position, he can be on executive because of his past history with water. The time is very short, but however, if the Unity Party is listening to me, I'm a sympathizer and not a partisan. If they are listening to me, let them put Amara Conan on finance committee that that he can help this incoming government so all of us can breathe in our country on the financial deficit that's taking over the public government.
So you think there's nobody else in the Unity Party could do a better job when it comes to finances or when it comes to restoring the image of the country than Amara Kwane? Since in fact he's a senator.
People are, but we're talking about experience though.
Yeah, so that means Amara Kwane has a better experience than anybody else. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, let me say this. Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Let's go to Ben here. Ben, the undercover CDC. Maybe you're going to be undercover Unity Party now. I'm not sure. How you doing? How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. So I don't know why you are helping to give God how are you giving God why you want for Weal to do the thing that he's never done before? They want to do it. Man, you guys funny, man. The man own partisan dying over kind of he said nothing about it. And other partisan dying yes, and something about that's how he is. The guy has never changed. So should not force him to change. He didn't change for day one, he will not change. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So those of you who are calling and then your lines went to message, you can still call. But while we await, I know a lot of people are calling. Everybody calling the same phone, the same time, the same numbers. So let me say this. Somebody, Kenneth Yo Awaji. If I pronounce your name badly, I'm sorry. I don't understand your writing. You say Siku. I'm surprised that you will say George Weah is now president. Weah is until the inauguration, despite being defeated. I'm not sure where you're coming from with that saying.
I know, right?
I am not sure at what point me or anybody on this platform have said that Weah is now president. In fact,
we called it dip.
We told Weah because we believe he is still the president. That's why we call him President Weah. Because Joseph Boakai is not president yet, that's president-elect. And in fact, it is contingent upon the fact that he is the president. We are calling on him to speak on issues affecting the country. But for you to come here and write, Sekou, I'm surprised that you say President Weah is not the president. Yeah, maybe people get.
As a matter of fact, you even said that Joseph Boakai will be president, I think, from the 22nd to the 29th.
Yeah, I said Joseph Boakai will be president after the inauguration. I even struggle with the day because I'm hearing 2 different days.
Yeah, so.
But people have selective understanding.
Yeah.
They have selective listening. And I'm sorry, but that's not what I said. Yashendi Mati Pei. No, I don't want God to introduce you. Yeah, the other people that they can introduce themselves, but your own part, I got to introduce you. I just got to show ownership.
That's true.
Go ahead.
Let me say to you, Steve, aka Cyrus, aka Brazilian Monk, for the great analysis and your input on the way forward from here. I had an opportunity to listen to the speech this morning. Most of the analysis were on point. The energy was not high enough, especially for somebody who just won I would say 45 years battle, because this is not Papi Boakai first time running. That's not his second time running. He ran way back in the 80s. And you know what? He continued to try. Although a lot of things happened along the path. But let me say this to those who won. In a battle, when you win, you bridge. You have the responsibility to bridge. Liberia, if you look at the data and statistics from the election, Liberia is deeply divided. So those who have the power, who have won, that the JNB rightfully said, is to reach out to all Liberians, okay? And another thing is that there are 3 branches of government in Liberia, all independent, although they have never functioned independently. But that's the start of everything. So I believe the legislative, the judiciary, and the executive should be held accountable to do their job that they were hired to do, okay? And then the legislature stay on their side and do what they need to do of the oversight. Let me say another thing. We have a lot of qualified Liberians in Liberia that can do the job. I can name a few here. You got Dr. Manes Tiapley, who has a PhD in economic work in the international community, with proven records. He's a scholar who has written a lot of papers on economic process and a professor also. You have Dr. Gombu, who also worked for one of the crafters of the policies that the first phase of the UP-led government were able to use to get all that loan rating up or forgiving. Those people are still right now. I can name about 100 more Liberians. You have resource and economists. So Liberia is not limited to talent or for talent. The thing is, are they willing to show themselves, or are we willing to go after them instead of what we know? So I think I'm not giving Papi Boakai 1 year. I'm not going to. Here is why. I would take every word. He is the most experienced Liberian in our lifetime to assume that presidency. He has 40+ year experience. He has walked the path of the presidency as the vice president. He has proxy for the president for 12 years. So when he promised that he's the only one that can deliver Liberia, and I think to some degree, that's why maybe the people believe him. And so I think there was a caller that called and said we will never lower our expectation. If you tell your daughter you are not able to be a scientist, she will believe you. So I'm telling all of Liberians, we are able to boldly go where we have not gone before. And then not only that, we have the most experienced, okay, government official who have ever braved the storm or braved our airspace or our presidency. So we should all have expectation. But we will also say, I'm looking forward to the 100 days. I'm also looking forward to justice and accountability, the rule of law back into Liberia, that we all can build our nation together. And let me say to all of you that will be under this post cussing and carry on, the elections are over. All right. What I said during the election period, those are my opinions, those are my experiences, and I stand by it. To move forward, we must do what is right by our people, by our nation, by our children. But I will hold this government accountable. All right. All of you out there who got experience in different aspects of the place and expertise, I believe it's time to avail yourself. Maybe we can create a database system. Some are all created that. I think there's some out there that were created by the ANC. Maybe if I can tap into it, they don't have one. Or they can compare notes and see most of the talents are all around the world, both local and around the world, that can come in and springboard our country. So that's what I wanted to say. But I wanted to say thank you. Monk, you're phenomenal, but I still will hold this government at a very high. I have a very high expectation based on the campaign promise, based on the experience of the man at the helm of the wheel. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You are so brilliant. We appreciate.
Yes, yeah.
We appreciate your contributions always. Yeah. So, Monk, we have heard from a lot of different people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I concur with Cindy. Let's get another caller here. Teku Dukle. I know you're calling from Phoenix, right? Or you're in California again? All right, welcome to SKTV. What say you, my brother?
For your great job.
Thank you.
So we have to commend you guys for sitting out there giving us information about our country. And globally, we watch all over the world SKTV, and you guys been doing a great job. Most of the information from Liberia, and people watch it, and you could give us more updates.
Thank you.
And let's go to the Vice President-elect, Ambassador Joseph Walker.
The President-elect, former Vice President.
Yeah, former Vice President-elect.
The President-elect, former Vice President. Yeah, but just say President-elect, don't say Vice President-elect. Okay. Thank you.
We have to unite everybody and move forward. But we will not get time to advocate for Liberia. Everything we said during the campaign is about we'll not do it back. We'll still hold on to it. If we do the right thing, we'll say it. If we do the wrong thing, we'll say it. We want the best of Liberia. That's why we will say all these things. So nobody against anybody here, but we just want you to look at the country up to this time. 2 more years gone back, and leadership, our full leadership, no good experience. So if we got one old man who got an experience for the job, we expect you to deliver for our country. So we will support him, but we'll also be looking at some of the work that we really do, that we want him to be happy for our country, like the road network. And he talked about cleaning the city, Maria State, Janet. That was good recommendation. They was sleeping. They can't even clean the gas city for all this.
Now, my man, you on the show. Don't. Yeah. I just want you to watch your language. That's all.
So will be responsible as you want to get out position. That must do something about the country. The country is a whole country, but people go there and play for. We want senior leadership, responsible leadership, and we're not going to advocate for the country, no matter what kind of money you got. No, but we just want the right thing to be done for our country. So people must keep this thing very serious. If you come to leadership, you're in a parliament, as the Senate president government, judiciary, the House of Representatives, the executive, they have to work together to make sure that Liberia moves forward for the betterment of all Liberians. That's what I want to say. Thank you, SKTV, for your breakdown. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, folks. You know, something terrible happened mistakenly by me. I didn't know that I haven't sent the link to the studio, the radio in Liberia. I thought I did, but I didn't. And I didn't check my message. They've been texting me, waiting for the link, and I did not. I'm so sorry to our many listeners in Liberia and the many listeners around the world that are interested in hearing from the people in Liberia, that are also interested in the fact that you want the people in Liberia to hear from you. I am so disappointed at myself that I did not, send the link on time. I apologize. Let me take a minute here. Brazilian Monk, what do you believe? What do you think so far based on what you have heard from our callers?
Oh, this is my favorite part of the show when we got people calling from all walks of life with their views and analysis. That's what you feed off of if you are hosting the show, and it's the only time of the show I concentrate 100% just to get people view. But with says there's one thing. I'm going to disagree with you on the expectation issue. For me, I would maintain my position for expectation for Joseph Boakai, because when you are a president, I tell people all the time, no matter how many experience you have in government or how long you spent in government, the presidency is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So nobody came to the presidency with prior experience. You got to come on that job. You have to execute. And the second thing is, when you work as a minister or deputy minister or the head of an autonomous agency, you inherit a single portfolio. When you are the president, you are managing tons of portfolio. This is why some of us, we did our assessment. We look at all the candidates, we pick a side. I'm not saying, for me, I'm going to lower expectation for Joseph Boakai to the most, at the highest level in terms of lowering expectation. I don't know. Maybe I will carry to the extent that there won't even be expectation for him because I know what he's going to inherit. I'm looking at the number one problem in the country. You see, we got a lot of challenges in this country, whether it's about security, whether it's about accountability, whether it's about war crimes code. The most fundamental problem in Liberia is an economic imperative, an economic narrative. And I believe up to this day, I don't think, you can call me a hater, you can call me, if you from someone from the Unity Party, you can say all you want to say, but I just don't believe Joseph Boakai has what it takes to resuscitate Liberia's economy. I know that for sure. I can bet you on that. That's why I was emphatic in my statement from the beginning, a couple of days ago. When it comes to security, when it comes to reassuring that we got an elder statesman that now controls the affair of the state, I can tell you that. When it comes to mitigating drugs, I will agree with that. When it comes to things like mitigating corruption and bringing on some responsible people, I will agree with that. But when it comes to jobs creation, when it comes to investment, when it comes to international recognition, because don't forget, Liberia economy is an aid-driven economy. We don't have a larger tax base to totally feed off our economy. There's one of the reasons we accumulate debt in the shortest time possible, because we don't have a lot of people that's employed. You got a whole lot of people that are unemployed. So the revenue that government raises alone, that's why you see they always spend it on recurring expenditure. They don't have money left to make huge investment or to make down payment into the future because our economy is not that huge. So we are an aid-driven economy. I don't think Joseph Boakai has that. So you can be someone from the Unity Party. I will tell you, my brother or my sister, manage your expectation. I will keep saying like a broken record, manage your expectation, because I know Joseph Boakai's strength. I know some of his weaknesses. When it comes to tax law, you see, I tell people when you study Africans, when it comes to governance, when you go down, let's say 30, 40 years ago, people used to hire politicians. When you can give speeches, when you are like a tough guy, people think you will make a good president. In this day and age, the whole global economy is market driven. It's business, it's investment. Second, take a time and go do a review over all the economy that are doing better in Africa, whether it's Tanzania, whether it's Ghana, whether it's Africa, whether even around the world, whether it's Singapore, whether it's South Korea, or any other country that is doing better economically, you will notice that the economic model is based on job and business. It's the only way you can grow.
That's why California is one of the biggest economy in the world.
Yes,
because California as a state is among the top 5 or 6.
They used to be number 8 in the world. Now they are 12 in terms of the size. How you think? Yeah. You got Silicon Valley, where they got innovators, where the people creating jobs. Look, job is the biggest social program on the planet. anywhere in the world. You see, when you talk about crime, even in the great America, anywhere that you have job issue, crime rate and other things always happen. Everything hinges on job. Even your family you maintain in your own house. If you don't have a job, you cannot maintain a family. So job is the most important, it's the most fundamental issue in that country. And I will give the old man, I will be a little bit linear with him on that, but I just don't think he has what it takes to resuscitate the economy. I know his strength. I know where he will do better. We're looking at the challenges. So people, lower your expectation, give him some breathing space. But unfortunately, the reality is the reality. When Joseph Boga walks into the office on a Monday morning, he's going to inherit a terrible situation from CDC-led government and will be a challenge for him. But you know what? In life, it's not about why. It's not about situation. It's about how you handle them, how you respond. That's just why it is.
Mong, I'm not disagreeing with you, but this is not strange, though.
Yeah.
What Boga was going to walk into is not strange. He knew. Everybody knew exactly what was going to be inherited from the CDC-led government. So it's not a surprise as to what Boga is going to walk into. The question is how he's going to manage.
How you going to manage it?
How he's going to walk into. Because it was expected.
Yeah, it was expected.
And other people say they have the solution to it.
Yeah.
They come, like other candidates. They say they have solution to it. Understanding the challenges. Understanding how big the challenges are. But people say they have the solution to it. What I said, not only he has he had the medicine to cure the problem. He said the country was sick, the country was dying. He's going to rescue the country.
Yeah.
He had answer to all these questions. So I believe our expectations should be set really high, because Boga is now going to walk into some kind of strange land that not knowing what is going on there. Boga knew exactly what he's getting into. Boga understands the challenges that we face as a country. He also understands, he highlighted this many times, that those guys were destroying the country. Those guys have destroyed the country. That's why they said the country needed to be rescued. Now that Boga is taking over, he's going to rescue the country. He has everything it takes to rescue the country. I don't lower my expectation. I think Boga knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly, what he's up against. He knows very well that Liberian people are expecting more from him.
Oh, yeah.
Than we are getting now. So I will not take anything lower. I think Boga will do better, and I think Boga should do better. Anything less, we'll criticize him. Anything less, we'll tell him. Or there were other people who said they could do it. You say you can do better, and Liberian people trusted you. Liberian people choose you over the other people who said they could do better. Now that you are taking over, you must do better. Not even giving excuses.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and he won't want to give excuses, but for you that know the terrain,
he knows exactly where he's going to walk into.
Yeah. But Sekou, for a guy like you that understand the game, you know exactly what's going to happen. You know what is going to happen. You know what he's going to inherit. It's the same thing we hold with CDC supporter. You can be a populist all you want. You can make all the campaign promises. But for us that been monitoring this thing, that always look at it from a bigger picture, we know the rhetorics that were meant for campaign, and we know rhetorics that will be implemented in terms of policy. So you can raise your expectation. I know what I know. I'm telling you just from my personal view. It's the same thing. When CDC people came to power, Joseph Boga been in government for 40 years, he even get a role going to his own county. My brother, since when vice president started building roads? No.
Yeah, that's why the mayor is president now. The mayor is going to build all the road in
so
days.
The question I asked them
will be stuck on major highway in Liberia in the first 100 days of Joseph Boga. And I believe him.
Yeah.
If he's not, then we'll talk about that. But I think he can do it.
So the question I always ask them,
former with experience, former vice president,
yes,
with a lot of connections, he will not come and just talk without knowing what he's about to do. Boga will not lie to the Liberian people as president. He just, gave his first press conference yesterday, and he spoke very well. He just had a very good speech today. He spoke very well. The only thing he just needed to somehow infuse a little more of energy in there, so the voice can somehow resonate with the Liberian people. so people can trust him that yes, this man is ready and fit to do the job. But other than that, he's starting on a very good footing, and I do not expect anything less. So we have Cyrus on the line here, your namesake from Liberia. Cyrus, our people miss you on the show, but welcome. I mean,
yes,
what say you?
Thank you, and let me say good evening to our SKTV family and to you, my boss, President Mon, and to Steve, who is not there, my chief there as well. And I say by the statement, I don't mean the most beautiful woman on earth. Yeah, Mr. Kane, I've listened to you people have been following from the back.
The beautiful woman today may take it to a whole different level more than Steve.
I have to give more time to my lesson, and besides, I'm on scholarship. So, yeah, Mr. Kane, you people have said it all, and like you were just saying, as for me, I am not lowering my expectation. I will not lower my expectation because I believed Omen Boaka has all of the experience it takes to rescue Liberia. He served as a Minister of Agriculture. He served as boss of LPNC. He served as former Vice President for 12 years. So he has been in the governance cycle for a very long period of time. And he told the Liberian people all of what he said he would do. He coming to rescue. And I guess he has what it takes. And he got the technocrat around him. So I'm not going to lower my expectation. Like Mo Ali said, that we should lower our Liberian, the expectation should not be high. No. The thing is,
Mo Ali said that.
Mo Ali said that?
Man.
Oh, shit. Sorry for my English, my French.
All right, Mo Ali said that. Mo Ali said we should lower our expectation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mo Ali said the expectation should not be high. He said the
Why?
should not be high. Our expectation will remain high because we hold the old man in very high self-esteem. We owe him high self-esteem because what he said he would do for the Liberian people. And the word rescue, that means you already have a mechanism put into place that you are coming to implement. And again, like you said, Mr. Kane, the old man is not going to mean anything. Everything that the city government has been doing is not strange. Like you said, nothing is new to the old man. He knows exactly what he's coming to handle. And all of us know exactly what he's coming to do. There were 20 in the race. Out of the 20 people, he was selected as number one. That means he understands the pros and cons of the city's government over the past 6 years. He knows exactly what he's coming to handle. So our expectations will not be high. And let me end on this note. To the president-elect, the former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boaika. Thank you for the beautiful speech today that were read to the Liberian people. That is great, but we don't want any kind of beautiful speeches without implementation and actions. This is our sole concern. We agreed, and I am one person who has been pushing for this reconciliation. It is very paramount, but in reconciling the country, reconciliation also comes with accountability. Let people account for all of what they have done to this country. The city-led government, the outgoing government should be audited, and it should be audited on a fair basis, not on which one. They should be audited for all of the atrocities they caused the Liberian people, the hardship they impose on the people, and all of those who stole from government and the Liberian people that robbed them out of their God-given rights. They should be audited. They should be brought to justice. And beginning with the incident at the United Party headquarters with the full auditors. All of these things is 16 billion. We need an audit on all of these things, and people should account for their actions. Then we will know that indeed we are here to rescue, and the government is ready to take the Liberian people to another level. Thank you for having me, Mr. Kane, and I'll be on maybe as of next week. God's willing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. We appreciate your contribution. So, Brazilian Monk, we've been here for 2 hours, 40 minutes. I think we should call it a day.
Yeah, we can call it
unless
a day.
you have something to add.
No,
But
no.
let me say this, George. For some reason, I'm not seeing the star. Are you guys still seeing the star? Because I'm not seeing it anymore. I hope those people that are sending virus did not cause us to lose our.
Yeah, sometimes it happened to me, like when we were about to say
Yeah,
something.
because I was
and
seeing the star when we started. I'm not seeing it. You guys watching it? Can you guys still see the stars? Can you guys
I
see
haven't
the
seen
stars?
Star in a minute. I'm watching at the same time while I'm on the show. I got my phone. I'm monitoring.
I'm not seeing it. If you see the stars, let us know, man. Can we still send star? Can somebody send star?
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple of stars.
No, okay, no, because I'm not seeing it when I click over.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of them they're popping up now.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. You know what? I'm not seeing it. I'll just log into a different account. I can see it now because I was not seeing anything. Yeah, so you guys can send us stars, please. Send us stars. If you can send us stars, send us cash up. You can send us cash up, send us down. You support us now. Come on. If you don't do that, then me and President Mom will take a sabbatical. Because Steve Pike can only be available on weekend.
Yeah, with Steve that weekend, man.
Yeah, so we'll be taking a sabbatical if you can support us because that 40 minutes will come in start now.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I'm just joking, folks. But I want to say thank you to all of you for sharing the show. We want to thank those who actually sent us stars yesterday and the day before and the day before. And those of you who have also sent us Cash App and Zelle in the past, we are still grateful to all of you. If you have it, send. If you don't have it, that's fine. Whether you donate or not, we will try our best to come on and give you the information you need. And again, our lines are still open for a female contributor, whether a reporter in Liberia, whether a reporter anywhere around the world. If you are a female, we have high enough application for male, a whole lot. As I speak to you, we still getting applications to work with SKTV. If you are a female, you are in Liberia there, want to be a reporter. And those of you who also want to be panelists, maybe we only take one or two female, maybe one or two, not a lot. So if you're interested, write us, send us a message, talk to us. We'll be more than willing to help you. If you are part of the outgoing government, you want to join SKTV, let us know, reach out. If you are part of the incoming government, you want to be on SKTV to speak on your policy or to defend your policy, to defend your mistakes, you're more than welcome to reach out. You will not say, we'll not tell you, because we'll talk, they will say, oh, yeah, you're not giving an opportunity to other people, CDC people. They had their own problem. Kudos to some of their officials that have made it to SKTV while they were in power. But the ones that made it to the show, they were treated very badly by their supporters, thinking that SKTV is now press singing for George Weah, so CDC and CDC government officials should not come to SKTV. And that was the bad thing that they did to themselves. Now we are opening the door again to CDCians that are leaving power and to Unity Party that is coming to power. You are given the opportunity to come on SKTV if you want to. You may not be on every day, but if we having a panel discussion, we'll bring you on. For example, you having special interview, we may not bring everybody on. We don't used to that. We don't do that on SKTV. We can have a bunch of people asking questions, and then to the extent where the guests will not even have enough time to respond to questions because we have a lot of guests. That's not the model of SKTV. We don't do that. But for the most part, we're having conversation on different issues every day. So if you want to come, whether you are sent by your party, you are sent by the government, you are sent by the outgoing government or by the incoming government, we don't care. We accommodate anybody. We are discussing pertinent issues. You have the right to come and speak on behalf of your party or your government. But we are not going to be a bunch of sycophants We're not going to praise the government for doing the wrong thing. We're not going to praise Joseph Boakai for doing what is wrong. If he does the right thing, we will talk about it. We will commend him. We will ask him to do more. If he does the wrong thing, we will criticize him constructively for him to do the right thing. We will continue to pray for him to succeed. We wish President Weal a good retirement. And I also believe President-elect, President-to-be Joseph Nyima Boakai, if he takes power, auditing is now a witch hunt. Auditing is setting records straight. Auditing can also clear George Weah and his government that they did nothing wrong. That's the thing auditing can do. Auditing doesn't mean you are witch hunting somebody, you want to put somebody in jail, you want to kill somebody, you want to, disgrace somebody. Let United Party people stop thinking that because you say auditing now, then you're going to grab something to go lock him up right away. No, that's not how it works. Something must happen. You must be able to get some facts, some evidences. If it's something that needs to be prosecuted, it will go through the legal process. After that, the president can pardon if he wants. But what it will do, it will clarify all the allegations against George Weah and his government. It will also give Joseph Boakai the time to know exactly where he's starting from. So that Joseph Boakai can come and get excuses to say everything was bad, everything was like that, everything was like that. You have to audit and present the facts to the Liberian people so that people can know exactly what happened, how it happened. If you want to forgive later on, you can do that. But auditing is not a bad thing. It is not a witch hunt. It's called transparency. It's called accountability. It is called fairness. President Monk?
You just said it all, man. Especially
I'm not taking any more call, but I want you to.
You said everything right, especially with your closing comment about accountability and transparency. Auditing is also a form of reconciliation, I would say, if you want to term it that way. Why I will be witnessing or why I will be looking after is if they will be selective in the process. Because I know there are bad players on both sides. And there were people that were instrumental in securing the victory for Joseph Boakai. And they are also in a dragnet. So if you say you want to hold people accountable, if you want to audit people, then it will have to be across the board on both sides. You cannot let certain people slide by and allow other people walk with impunity, and then you claim that you're going after order. So I'm not bullish on the whole auditing accountability thing. But for me, I let them make my situation straight and clear. I tell people on things that I'm optimistic about. I know things that won't happen. I know places that Joseph Boakai won't even dare venture into. So for you that own your high house that try to be so emotional about this thing, that want to raise your expectation to the roof, I will tell you just be calm and be cool. Because the worst form of an emotional abuse is something they call unrealistic expectation. It hurts more than anything else. You expect something and it never happens. So calm down, give the old man some time. Maybe he might get it right. And we hope that he get it right. I'm praying for him to succeed as
this
well.
person calling back to back. I tell we're not taking no more call, but the person now call more than I don't know how many times. Hey, call us 6494. I was about to leave. I don't know. You've been calling back to back. I said we're leaving, but you're still calling. What's up? You want to close the show? Okay. Before you close the show, let me say something. Let me say, I think this is T, but let me say something before. Yeah, hold on 1 second. So tomorrow going to be Thursday. This I'm just talking to the to the viewership. Just hold on, T. I'll bring you on. I want to get this announcement. I don't want anybody to leave before I'll give the announcement. This young man called Nolai Kamara. Nolai Kamara was famously known for being somebody, a seditious that used to call on a Costa show almost every day for years to defend the George Weah government as a seditious. Nolai Kamara is now well. Nolai Kamara is in India for medical treatment. And the cost is too high. He cannot afford, the family cannot afford. We have people that will be on here tomorrow. He's having a kidney transplant. But we have people that are doing a fundraiser for him. They will be here tomorrow. Maybe for the first segment of our show or the second segment of it. But they will be here tomorrow to raise funds for him. So if you are CDC or CDC, if you are President George Weal, I personally tried to contact Sekou Kalasko yesterday to inform him of this issue, but he didn't pick up. Hopefully he will call me back. But since we are on right now, I'm seeing almost, I don't know how many people you see on Facebook, but I'm seeing at least we still have over 400, close to 500 people still watching from our big screen here. So Nolai Kamara, if you are watching as well, I know you must have spoke to. I know things are very bad on him. He's very sick, very, very sick. You don't want to see him. And he needs help. The Unity Party is coming to power, but CDC stayed the government in the country. So President Weal, you and your people, you try to come to the help of one of your partisans. The guy who famously defended the CDC and the CDC government throughout. This guy being over there for months, nobody paying attention to him. To the point where this guy was so consistent with his defending the CDC government and President Weal. Costa used to always cut him off. You cut me off, man, but the guy will still call back. He will call back. He said, Pedro. To the extent where everybody knows the name Nolai Kamara. Nolai is very, very sick. He's in India. He needs help. So if the government officials, whether it's President Weal or anybody who wants to help, reach to us. We'll connect you with the right people so you can help him. At least if you can't do anything for this guy, help him to survive. Help him to survive. So we'll have people here tomorrow that will be making their phone numbers and information available where you can contribute to helping this guy. They are trying to raise $10,000 for this guy to survive for the medical bill. They don't even have $2,500 yet. The brother is dying slowly, and hopefully he will not die. Like we have always said, being sick doesn't mean you're going to die. You just need to go through the normal process. You just need to undergo the normal process. You just need to be taken care of. The rest is with God. You will not die without your time. When your time reaches, you will die no matter what happens. But at least you need to be taken care of. You got to take the right medication. You got to do what is right. You know, because I used to call him a Lolai. But it's not Lolai, it's Nolai. Nolai Kamara. That's his name. He is seriously sick. He's been sick for a while now. He's in India. He's struggling. He cannot afford the money his family cannot afford. They've been trying. They've been trying. He's been over there for months. So again, please, we'll come on tomorrow. Either the first phase of our show or the second phase of it, we'll be bringing the people who are responsible for the fundraiser for him. So they will be providing their information, whether it's Zelle, it's Cash App, whether it's GoFundMe, whatever they are doing, in order to help. This goes beyond party line. It goes beyond politics. This is humanitarian gesture. Whatever you can do, whatever you can afford to help this brother will go a long way. Just want to say that. I want to thank all of you for being here. And I hope CDC government people, they are watching. And I know they are watching. I don't know who is watching, but I know plenty of them watching. If they're not watching, send it to them. Let them know that Nolai Kamara is being sick and he needs help. He's been over there for months. 10,000, that's what they're trying to raise. According to the information, they don't even have 2,500 yet. So they will come here tomorrow. They will update us as to where they are and how much more they need to raise to rescue these guys. So let me bring T and she will close and then we'll call it a day. T want to close the show today. T, how are you?
Yeah, I said, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Second, I want to ask a quick question, and also I think I have a comment to make. President, I want to find out, right, in terms of the auditing they keep talking about, because I remember during the campaign they said he should audit Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, in which he's serving that government for 12 years, and the current senator that coming in, American was the finance minister. So what if he go and audit the government of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and he implicate himself? What's gonna happen? One question. And can Joe Weal pardon all his officials before he leave office? And can he still be auditor after he pardoned them? Those are the two questions I have. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll answer your question. Whether you're listening or you're not, whether you're still here or not. First of all, auditing is a normal thing for any institution or government. Auditing means giving comprehensive report of what you did and how you did it. Giving comprehensive report. People who you're giving a report to, you have the right, you have the opportunity to ask questions, for you to clarify, for you to come clean, for you to face area that they are concerned about. Auditing means they want to know whether or not you did the right thing. It's not a bad thing to audit. And I don't know about Ellen government because George Weal was supposed to audit Ellen government. He did not. Does that mean Joseph Boakai cannot audit Weal government unless he audit Ellen government? I'm not sure about that. Boakai is taking over from George Weal. He's not taking over from Ellen. If Boakai was going to win the election 2017, I think it was his responsibility to make sure to audit Ellen government. Besides, you're talking about audit. You're talking about pardon. Somebody must be investigated, must be prosecuted, must be convicted the day before you talk about pardon. How can you pardon somebody for what? For doing what? What are you pardoning for? To save them from what? Well, somebody said there's no statute of limitation. The last time I checked, there is a statute of limitation when it comes to presidency. According to the Liberian Constitution, somebody must have talked about this yesterday. According to the Liberian Constitution, you want to make me to go back, or maybe we can discuss this another time. But according to the Liberian Constitution, if you are president, everything you do as president, unless you are impeached, taken from power, investigated and prosecuted, But what they say, the Constitution say, if you are president and you remain president till you turn power over to the next person, you are immune from prosecution for the things that you do as president. That's why many of us who like to read our Constitution, even though we are not legal practitioners, we have always said that we need constitutional reform. Liberian Constitution needs to be amended. There are a lot of bad stuff in it. When Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was president, her son was accused of misplacing, misusing, or stealing $30 million for no car. Ellen said she took responsibility because she knows that she's not going to be prosecuted. We will go ahead and read the Constitution a little more. Maybe we'll talk about this another time, maybe tomorrow or Friday. Speaking of auditing and speaking of the statute of limitation when it comes to president and government officials. But again, the Constitution needs to be reformed. It's crazy. Trust me. But I want to say thank you to all of you for always following SKTV. We'll do our best to give you the best information, the truth, and all truth, and nothing but the truth. We love you. Thank you, and we'll be here again tomorrow. You have a blessed day.
Filimina yo yana nyale kuyata dia nyanene mwone wato sirabako afuke italole na madamu kwane barikanye kausu kwane sherile mwone wato afuko Mohamed dia nyabale mwone wato sirabako afuko na dia nyabale nyetira duma nyekuma Majene fitiri bade tewa Nana kompara yile lepo alaji bagate sherile Kia feka kwa yade longi ye wabo barisirala Na pleri bama mana wa mone wato bamara Kuropo na ple yile lepo amija ite yile lepo de Ejene bada jamile kalu bebe chabi manawa ya barika jiala mama bayo yile ko grupu desi presidentwa e koroke watara manawa ngone wato watarala nezablala kurubaila marado kurubali lolena madamu berite barika nyengi ya barika ponye nasa e marisu kone manawa madamu jabi barika moya barika kanuna nyate sunoji yako
Tellement inspiration est trop vers la place et le featuring mandingue. J'ai dit clavier. On l'appelle Noumouni, Jara c'est le lion c'est pas un chat. Noumouni Jara, puissance c'est mani. Qui a dit que les mandingues peuvent pas faire rousse-qu'est-ce. Fabrice Clavier. Hamawa, Kourou qu'est-ce, Kourou qu'est-ce, Kourou qu'est-ce,
Get